Hey, what is up guys? Welcome to another episode of Wine with B. Did you guys go watch Deadly Illusions or did you pass? I'm assuming you probably passed. Anyways, let's get started with today's wine and movie review. Today we will be drinking a Barrelhouse Cabernet. This is from California. It's also aged in bourbon barrels for 3 months, and I love a good bourbon barreled wine. It makes it taste like vanilla-y. I love it. Let's pop her open, see how she tastes. Taste test. Yeah, so you really get that bourbon really makes a difference and gives it some of that like vanilla-esque flavor, and I am here for it. I love it. I plugged this for you guys at Total Wine. You guys can go pick up a bottle there. Moving to the movie review portion, today we will be reviewing Moxie, which is a Netflix original movie that came out this year. Let's talk about it. Acting quality, 4.5 out of 10. I just think playing teenagers gets a little cheesy sometimes. There's no fighting it. It's nothing against anyone, that's just how it is. Plot development, 5 out of 10. It had a decent flow, didn't hate it, wasn't my favorite. Mediocre, 5. Originality, 5 out of 10. We've seen so many teen angsty movies about having some kind of revolution or fighting whatever cause it is. You know, you've heard that story a million times. The only difference is that this one is kind of like a woman-led feminist with the magazine, and I'll tell you more about it when we get to that part. Genre, online it says drama/music, but it's not a musical, so I have no idea why it says that. Let's just go with drama. Hit or miss? I'm gonna go with miss. I know that some people will probably disagree with me, but I'll talk about how I got here later. Rotten Tomatoes actually gave this 69%, which is pretty high, honestly, so clearly I'm not going in that path. Would recommend 4 out of 10, so not, which brings my overall score to a 4.63 out of 10. Let's talk about Moxie. Okay, so Amy Poehler directed this movie. She also plays Lisa, who is Vivian's mom, and Vivian is the main character. We all know Amy Poehler from literally everything. Probably my all-time favorite is Leslie Knope from Parks and Rec, because I genuinely think that I have a lot of Leslie Knope in myself. Hadley Robinson plays Vivian. She's been in some like random romance movies that you can watch on Netflix, but nothing I've ever seen. Another important character is Alycia Pascual. I don't think that she's been in anything else, but she was a pivotal character. She plays Lucy. Okay, so let's talk about it. I love teen dramas. I told you how much I love teen dramas when I rated Ginny and Georgia. I love Ginny and Georgia, but I don't know, man, this just did not hit it on the money for me. So basically, let me tell you about the movie. Essentially, it's like a we're gonna fight the patriarchy feminism movie. Cool, I understand that. Basically what happens is it all starts in class because the teacher assigned over the summer to read The Great Gatsby, and then Lucy's new to school and she's like, we shouldn't read that book because it's written by an old white man. Like, why don't we read books written by women and immigrants and yada yada. And it's like, okay, that was the first thing that bothered me, because I was like, The Great Gatsby is a fantastic book. I see where you're coming from, and I'm not saying that you're not right, but I'm like, it's The Great Gatsby. You gotta read it. Like, everyone's read The Great Gatsby. But okay, to go on with the movie, I understand why that was brought up. So then just things like that keep on happening. Like a girl gets dress coded because she has bigger boobs and she is wearing a tank top, which I agree, that's super unfair. I've been dress coded too when I was in high school, and it's stupid. There's no reason why I can't wear spaghetti straps. If the boys can't, you know, keep it in their pants because they see my shoulder, then who raised you? But so essentially Vivian goes home and she creates like an anonymous little magazine thing called Moxie, and she puts them in the girls' bathrooms, and then it blows up. And so then they start this Moxie club, and they have all these things that they're doing, and it's just like all about fighting the patriarchy. I totally understand the messaging behind the movie, but parts of it to me come off a little bit cheesy, and I don't know if maybe it's because I'm getting older and so it's getting harder for me to relate to some of the teenagers and the teen drama movies now. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not entirely sure, but I just didn't really like love it. Like I don't know, it just wasn't that great. And also on the feminism fight the patriarchy part, they kind of missed the mark by having Vivian, a white straight girl, but kind of be the leader behind this revolution. Like, why didn't they use Alycia Pascual? She's black and Latina. Like, that would have been, if you really wanted your message to get across about like how some people are underrepresented or discriminated against or whatever it may be, why did you pick the white straight girl to be the leader behind the whole revolution? It doesn't make any sense. If they wanted to further their message, they could have picked, there was a ton of people of color in the movie. Like, they could have picked literally anyone else. Like, I don't understand what the thought process on that one was. I don't know, they missed the mark on that. Another thing that I want to add is that the principal's played by a woman. When Lucy's character goes in and she's like, hey, the quarterback of the football team was like bullying me, he was saying this, this, and I don't think that that's right. And she's like, you know what? No, like he's such a good boy, like, you know, whatever, and just totally plays it down. And I'm like, okay, if you wanted to make it a movie about feminism and like keep the whole thing in equilibrium, why didn't you cast a dude as the principal? That would have made so much more sense if some old, you know, 50-year-old man, white man principal was like, oh no, honey, you sit down, like, I don't hear you. Like, and it was just kind of also like woman to woman, then you're also gonna put her down like that. That was a bad cast, in my opinion. I don't know why it was a woman. That made zero sense to me whatsoever. The last thing that I wanna mention is there was a weird scene at some point where two of the characters have it's an attempt at a romantic scene, I guess, but they like lay in a coffin, and again, maybe it's because I'm not a teenager in today's day, but that was really freaking weird to me. Like, why were you laying in a coffin? That is so strange. I don't even know. It was just weird. So all in all, I love the messaging. Like, yeah, hell yeah, let's fight the patriarchy. I'm all for it. I think that they could have done a better job. I feel like it was a good idea in theory, and then like just not a really good execution. I don't know. You guys go watch it. Let me know if I'm totally wrong, but that's just how I'm feeling. That is all I have for you guys this week. Let me know if you guys liked Moxie or if you guys felt the same way that I did. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and until next time, cheers!